Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever it might be. For me, it's good early evening. I have 6 bound black steel keys from combining my slivers. I have 6 loot boxes. So I thought I'd record my joy or disappointment on opening some loot boxes. We'll see. The festival has started. Do I use my horseshoe? Don't I use my horseshoe? Who knows? Who knows what's in the loot box? Who knows what the chances of any particular item coming out of it is? But here goes. No horseshoe. 120 ashes and a heavy torque. I'm not particularly interested in equipping purple gear. I'd kind of rather ash it, so I've got some currency to actually buy the good stuff, which is on an NPC over here. Heavy armor. So we've got pauldron, shoulders, chest, gauntlets, leggings, and footwear. No helm, because that's now going to be a crafted recipe with a craft item dropped in the raid. And we've got a whole other set of gear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th item is the helm. So there's no cloak. I believe possibly that's a drop in the raid. Might possibly be something we find in a loot box. Certainly there's a chest piece that drops out of these loot boxes. Let's take another one. 240 ash. Gauntlets. 16. Light. Good, but ultimately it's not the science stuff that I'm looking for. I am nowhere near cap. I'm halfway to cap on the ash, so I'm sure I could open quite a few more loot boxes before I get anywhere near like cap. Oh, that's a disappointment. Tome of the Plateau Mole Rat. Why would that be in the same loot table as incomparable, almost raid gear? And why is it fully tradable? Is it worth selling on the auction house? I have no interest in having a collection of pets. Others will. Top tip: don't press search, press unit buyout. Well, someone's got one on there already. It's not making them much in the way of cash, but hey ho, if somebody wants to spend some gold on it, let's go. That severely undercut them. Let's go for another one. Please be something good. 240 ash, pretty good. Replica. I do have a lore master, but he's of a level that probably has something like that already. What I can't understand is, I suppose this is for people who haven't been in the game that long, but pretty much anyone who's been around 10 years, they've had this stuff, thrown it away. Why do people want the old stuff that's no longer in game as a cosmetic? I can't see it. I can't see it. You know, if you come across something while you're gaming, you like the looks of it, you know, you'll keep it. You'll put it in your wardrobe, or, you know. And the other thing is, there's items that you've picked up along the way. You've earned that item. You've earned the right to have it as a cosmetic later on. It just seems kind of pathetic if you're going to use these as your cosmetics. You haven't earned it. You haven't been in the dungeon on level, killing the mob that drops it. The people I used to group with, who used to be in the game, that aren't here any longer, we'd farm for a guinea endlessly for a drop off a boss if it was a good item. And that's how you earned your good cosmetic. That's how you did it in the old days. Bound to Searwyn, item level 1, worth a copper. I do want to destroy it, thank you very much. Let's go for another one. We're not getting any cyans yet. Okay, we've got an empowered Shadow Essence of Will. Okay, well, that is immediately going to be bartered for a crafting ingredients, I think. And that got 120 ash as well. And the last box, should we use, now if I was to do that, and then that, nothing happens. So I would assume the reason nothing's happened is that the buff has changed. I've now got a buff. So does that have any effect? In my experience of opening them on Bull Roar is that I got better drops when I wasn't using the horseshoe. It's like it's like you sucker for doing this will give you less good loot. A chest piece, 16 light, very much a tanky piece, but sadly it's only a 1 slotter. I don't have any reason to keep these. So there's my 6 boxes. It's kind of nice to have those. It means my jewelers don't have to keep on it so much. So I have no use for these on any of my characters. Bound to count, bound to count, bound to account. And rushing, 120 ash a time, which is quite nice. 100. So 120 on an armor, 100 on the torque, which was jewellery, so 120 on the armour. Odd that they distinguish between the two. So I've upped my ash a bit. I've got 1 purple essence, which isn't, it's not like it's the cyan, one of the 2 cyan essences. And probably today I've made nearly 1,000 with this tune and another couple. And made 1,000 ash. So I would have to be careful if I was going to use every possible key I've got in one chunk. I would soon reach the cap. And I don't particularly want to be buying all the stuff here until I've opened a few boxes. And because I've seen one of these drop out of a loot box, it was actually on this character, and because it was a tanky piece, it went to my tank. 337. Be nice, because I can't remember whether that item level was 337 or maybe it was higher. Given that in the past the loot box gear, reasonably often, if you got a teal drop or even a purple drop, you would get a higher item level than the normal stuff you can just barter for. Well, I think that does it for this character. I'll put some of this in the bank. And let's put that up there. I've already got some empowered essence to use up at some point, but I got quite a few characters and I don't quite know what to do until they get some gear to put it on. It's going to hang around there for a while. Browse the shop. Get rid of the useless, what looks like lumps of coal. Just check my woodworker recipes for essence. Now includes the strong board. So as soon as they gave us this crafting recipe, how long have we had that? A couple of months, is it? Maybe it's not that long. But it was missing this item. I suppose, in a way, I should look at the rest of what we can make. There's no telling what might have changed. Melee weapons, range weapons. Have they added a crossbow recipe? Me doubts it very much. Is this still bound? Oh, it's bound to account. Well, that's good news. Silver signets of the Armmaster. I can give this to my tank, because at the moment he's got the choice of 2 yellow level 106 shields to use. He desperately needs a shield. And I'm told if I open loot boxes, eventually I'll get a little box to open with my choice of offhands and shields. But at the moment, he needs this desperately. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it over there and log on to my Guardian and open up some boxes on him. And take a trip to Udun to do the barter of it. The question is, do I choose the tanky purple shield or the DPS purple shield? I'll tell you one thing, if it was the gold, the gold signet, and it was a teal shield, then I would be certainly going for the tanky one. They're wandering around on a Guardian, the game's ultimate tank, but wandering around with a yellow, quite pathetic shield is just embarrassing. When every level I've been able to make my own shield. Well, here we are. I'm complaining about my shield. Let's have a look at... I'll just put the tanky stuff on. This is my shield. And you might think that's great. I do have an option here. This is a 115 level shield. It does have a bit more armor, a bit more critical defense, vitality, not so much in the way of block, and no physical mastery. And this is the one I'm using in my DPS build. But this is from an old dungeon. It's not what I want to be using. This is very much under level. It's not what I want to be using. So, a couple of things. I'm going to go to my shared storage, pick up the signet. Hooray! While I'm down in Udin, I might as well take that with me to get some more malleable shadow essence. I might as well take that out while I'm here. And I'm thinking this is going to be a one trip to Udun. I'm not going to repeat it. I don't really need to do any more Udun quests. When I arrive, I should be on my old nag. There we go. I can see through everything. Oh, it looks nice down there, doesn't it? Oh, that's buried. So, we have crafting recipes. Do I have any of those? Yes, I already know that one. But I haven't been using them because it required me to use up my Doomfold ingots. I got plenty. But when the crafting dev provides me a means of avoiding using the cooldown, I will. If they can't be bothered to do it right, QA can't be bothered to see that it's wrong, and some boss signs off on it, it's not my concern. Right, I'm going to trade in an empowered essence. My gear is littered with empowered essence, and slowly but surely I shall take them off and turning them into malleable shadow essence. And I shall then use them in the recipes. Well, let's have a look at those. Crafting Recipes Abyssal, Crafting Recipes Empowered Abyssal. So, this produces an essence with an item level of 345. So the previous ones I've been using, item level 330, and the trading for Abyssal. So that's 337. So there's a small item level increase to the new lower teal, cyan essence. But why go for the second best when you can have the best? That's the idea. So so you want the empowered, and this is a single shot recipe. So let's buy that. And we have empowered abyssal essence. So I'll need my 18-hour cooldown quality Doomfall ingot, and I'll have to get some more solvents. Unfortunately, I'm right out of it should tell me up there how many points I've got. Oh, it says it there. So I haven't got the 700 I'd want to get a stack of 25, but I guess I got a couple left. But I've already made quite a few abyssal essences up. A word of warning is that I logged on, and when I was bartering, I thought, oh, that's a healthy lot of siglets I've got on this character. But it's not on this character, it's on all my characters now, because it's now turned green. So this is a shared item now. So don't think you've got masses and start buying lots and lots of these single shot recipes, thinking that you're only buying them on the one toon. It's now shared, so don't run dry when you need that coin for other things on other characters. So this is a shared thing now. Why would they do that? Not share the tokens of service? Don't know. Why do we still? Why are we questing for the tokens of service and the allegiance rep items when both of them at the moment, all you can really do with them after you've capped out your allegiances is to buy gear to just ash. It's all a bit of a wonder, why. But these are still very valuable because these buy you the recipes to make your essence. I guess it's the second most valuable currency at the moment. So I'm here to barter a shield. So shields, sadly it's going to be a purple shield. I would like one of them and one of them, thank you very much. But I've either got this one, which is the DPS version, or this one, which is the tanky version. I think I'm going to go for the DPS version because that's what I'm using most of the time anyway. So it makes sense. Yes. First things first. Lock it. I know it would be interesting if there isn't a confirmation when you go and I don't know whether you can ash it actually. There is a confirmation button on most things in this game, but not on ashing stuff. So make sure it's locked beforehand. So let's get off my horse and see how that changes my stats. This is the DPS build, of course, so my tactical mitigations is pretty rough. Physical mastery 149, crit 43. Well, it's sort of all gone up a bit. Our max health is nearly 80. But anyway, I'm a much happier bunny because I've actually got something better than a yellow shield, which I've never, in the history of this game, I haven't slotted a yellow shield. I'm going to say since my early levels, but Bounce Bronze Warden Shield. Now, was it level 20 before you could actually use a shield on a guardian or something? Is that right? This will be the one. So even that first shield I made for myself was a purple. And I might, would I have done that? Probably I wouldn't have been able to make that because I wouldn't have had the Sapphire Shard at that time. Although, possibly, because I think I had my champ was probably in mid-20s at that time. Perhaps I'd found a shard dropper, or really depends what the original craft item used to be to make that. Certainly wasn't a Sapphire Shard. It would have been, well, possibly it would have been a drop from a mob. But this is the first time in the history of 10 years of playing that I've spent the last 4 months knocking around with a yellow shield. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's a start. It's not the best, but it's a start. Right. I have 6 keys like on my champ. All my characters have been doing the dailies fairly regularly, and so they've all got enough 6 keys today. Right, I'm going to look on the bright side and hope that I've got some luck with a horseshoe. Boom. So that's 120 ash that brought me. That's nicer. That's an abyssal essence. It's not something I'm going to slot because this will get me 1 of these, and this item traded in will get me 2 of these. So that's 3 of those, so that bring up to 6. And the empowered abyssal essence requires 2 of these to craft. Bang. An item of jewellery. Now this has some use because it's 338, which means it's more than the 337 that it would default to, and in all respects it's better than what I'm currently using in my DPS builds. So this looks like its immediate upgrade from a DPS build. Let's get rid of that for now. So this is the one, finesse crit 12 light. Now my finesse is 72. That's plenty in my book, so I don't need to have both of them. will ash. I will ash. Now, before, I would hazard a guess that this would get me possibly 20 ash, would it? It might get me more. It gets me 60 ash, so that's pretty good. Quite possibly it was 40 ash before and it's 60, but it has increased, so that's a good thing. So let's go for another one. What's the betting on the last one? I get a shield out of it. Oh dear, it's a crawler which I've already got. And I'd imagine there's quite a few people getting pets, so the auction house will be full of pets again. I did get me 240 ash. As I do want to unlock it, another 240 ash and a tanky bracelet. Well, this is my only tanky bracelet. How does it match up? There is the chance that in my tanking setup, my critical defense is going to be a bit too high. Because I have already got this piece. And that's got a critical defense on it. Ultimately, I am going for 18 light stuff. But I only have one bracelet of tanky stuff. So I might just be inclined to keep that. I prefer, I don't have any add-ons for changing gear, so that when I'm changing earring, ring and bracelet, I'm usually looking to keep one all the time, the lower one, and when I do swaps, it's just the top earring, the top bracelet and the top ring that gets a change. Otherwise I would have to have a look around for a decent gear swapping add-on. My problem is that everyone likes to do a little bit extra, and I want something nice and simple that does the job I want it to do, not all sorts of extras. And I don't like things being developed so much that change. I have recently been forced into, well, I say forced into, trying out Microsoft Edge, and I'm realizing how horrible it is, and I'm thinking it must be being developed to combat things that are in other browsers, and I don't like the changes they're making. Thank you very much. I'm too old for change. Right, let's look at our last box. Will it be a shield? Cross your fingers, folks. No. 240 ash. Oh, have we got anything? No, it's not giving me anything. Oh well. Anyway, tactical mitigation. Nice figure. What's with tactical mitigation figures? As you can see, some of my tanking gear has already been emptied of the old empowered essence. Ready to slot some abyssals. And to that end, I'm going to trade in empowered 1, 2, that's the only 2, and trade in abyssal. So that has netted us. Do we have 2 to start with? So we got 5, an extra 5 of these malleable shadow essences. But as I say, I'll just be collecting these for a while until possibly the new year, when I'll have some more. Oh, who knows, maybe before then, if I've got 400 odd now, maybe I'll pick up 300 Lotro points by then. So on to the next character. So I'll go and park in the Allegiance Hall. So far, I've discovered that my silver signet that I've been saving up on my champ is now account bound, and I could swap it onto my guardian. So he's got a shield that's not so embarrassing. I still have the cosmetic of the Bingo Boffin quest line as my cosmetic. It's not quite the same shade of red, but I can't make them match. The stuff I've got on now is the abyssal stuff. The full face mask is not because I'm dreading the dwarf visuals to come in play. I've pretty much had a face mask on my dwarf since I don't know when, since level 50 perhaps, when I got the previous full-faced helm from either school or library before it was scaled. Okay, let's put the crafting mats in. We've already got this pet, so let's see on the auction house. See if somebody else wants it. Oh, yeah. Do as I say, not as I was about to do. Unit buyout. Nobody's selling the crawler. Right, let's see if somebody wants it. I'm going to be a little bit more greedy. I'm going to go to 15 gold. Buy it's a few repair bills. Right, we've done the champ. We've done the tank. Let's have a go with something else. Hunter or minstrel? That's the question. Which of them is feeling lucky? Let's go for Little Drury, the Hobbit. So the disappointing thing is, previously I've opened a couple of boxes and got a piece of teal gear out of it all. A chest piece on my Guardian. But no such luck so far today. But I guess, what's that? That's 12 boxes opened. Yeah, kind of sounds a bit depressing when I say 12 boxes opened and no teal. See, no teal, I got a teal essence. But it's not quite the same. I have it in my capacity to make teal essences. I don't have it in my capacity to make a teal shield. And every reference I'm making to teal, I really mean cyan. And somebody's just put in chat, you can't see it, Ash raids are dead, with caps lock on. But I do like to see people using capital letters, even if it does come out as small caps. Righty-ho, let's have a look. We have 6 items from storage. And I have possibly 300 of these knocking around on my 2 alts. Let's look at our gear. Now, I have already got, already had a silver signet on this character, so I did manage to get a shield. It's still only a purple rare, not an incomparable. It's got this ridiculous block thing on it. So that's 5,482 block, which pretty much comprises most of my block on this character. Block is not a thing that minstrels are at all used to having. Oddly, the itemization with Mordor has decided that we should be an evade character. We've never been an evade character. Why can't we be a parry character? Who knows what the decision is to suddenly give us a block on our shields. I don't know if I've got any of the shields left, actually. Maybe, did I put them in the vault? No, I think I probably ditched them. Yeah, probably in Fury. Oh, this is the heavy shield. I've had this heavy shield on a number of my characters, but never on my Guardian. And it would have been so nice for SSG to have just given me a nice shield in a drop. But every one of my other characters has had this shield. Pretty much all the others have had the minstrel version drop on them, or the warden drop on them, warden shields drop on them. But it's never been the class that needed it. And suddenly this is bound to Drury. Maybe I should look at the back on the guide and see what the stats are and how they compare. I think even that purple shield is better in pretty much every way than this is, but I haven't checked. Just getting the damn shield was the thing. You know, I didn't even look at the look at how it looked. I was just still using the old cosmetic. I can smile now because I've actually got some actually increase in my gear. So one of the things I've saved from old days of doing the riff by Jeweled Bell, the Jingle Jangle Bell. I still have my old worm skull cloak. I seem to have a lot of loot strings, but because I haven't been grouping at all very much in the last couple of years, then I'm not really using them. And of course, it's all the big debate on whether what minus 12% healing threat does. But they're there. Got so many mats, yet I don't ever have to go out and farm mats from nodes because they're just thrown at you in chests in the landscape. And I've still got this stuff from big battles. But today I sold or trashed all my flower picking gear with, I don't know, at a guess, 50 or 60 top quality essence on them. top quality at that point. Quality enough for an alt coming up that maybe wants to use them and slot them before they get to 105. However, it would have cost me an awful lot in removal scrolls, and I have 4 left. You can use marks of medallions to get them. You can use Ministerith silver pieces, and as you can see, I've spent on all mine 150 a time. Those removal scrolls cost you. Something of value I do have is I've got nearly 400 Smith's tokens, which is 100 empowerment scrolls. So so those people who are collecting empowerment scrolls, for the next time your LI gets an increase, which is likely to be Mirkwood, I can buy 100 without having to store them in stacks of 10. So this is saving me 10 spots, which I do have in my vault, but I'd rather have the currency to buy than fill up my bags with it. So I've been putting off opening the boxes. I think it's time to start. Give me some space, people. Boom, 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 bang. What do we got? 120 Ash of Gorgoroth. That's not as good as some of the others. Maybe I should use the horseshoe. T40. Does it really make that much difference? Empowered Shadow Essence of Might. Empowered. Is it just random, or I happen to be lucky? Let's take that off. No horseshoe. 120. There's another replica. Horseshoe on. If this is 240, oh, it's 120. So it's just random. A cloak. Sadly, no essence slots. An increase of light of 2, which is not enough for my liking. I will add, though, while I remember, it is in our remit now to be able to create this empowered abyssal essence. We create a box with our choice in it, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you can obtain an empowered essence of light. I don't quite know, is it 18 light or is it 20 light? Let's have a quick look. Empowered abyssal essence. It is 20 light. So the potential is, if you're short on light for your raiding, choose that option. I haven't actually heard how much the new raid requires. I'm assuming that it would possibly vary during your run through the raid. This is kind of depressing, just getting essence. Something different, something interesting. This floor is lava. Oh, well. I guess I have to go and equip it, don't I? See, at the moment in the kin house, one of my kin houses, I've got the gold coin floor from Gorgoroth. A fun childhood game brought to life. The way hints about that in the patch notes is if you could use it and play a game. I suppose I should go and do something about that. But I'm going to go to Udin and increase my stock. Just trying to work out whether my runekeeper's got any cloak. It might be a good idea to actually send it to him. And if it doesn't give him any, well, it'll give him an increase in light, but it depends what else he's got. Tactical mastery and crit rating, it certainly would suit him. Because I have a feeling I'm going to struggle with him, even though he's at cap. I'm going to struggle questing on him. Just check that this is that same staff again, yeah. I don't know. Little masters are a funny bunch, aren't they? Okay, empowered trade-in. Didn't netted me 2 less of those. I have a floor. Am I going to put it into the kin house? It should be in a kin house, really, shouldn't it? It's a kin house. It's not the kin I'm in, though. It's my storage kin house. I'm in kind of a dead kin at the moment. Why are you not? Oh, you have changed. So this is my house. I'm right next to a nice little waterfall. It is a hobbit house. I might as well use the premium ingredients crate while I'm here. That's my Thurlax sword, is my proudest blade, my proudest position. The most fun time raiding in the game. Yeah, dry cock, not quite so much fun. All a bit intense it was, especially as a guardian, because you got to tell everyone, go left, go right. And early days it was so easy to mess up. Now this thing castle is about 10 times bigger than the original, but hey ho. One of my most favourite items, and I believe they don't have this in the raid now. It's ages since I've done it. I don't know why I've got the standing stone anniversary thing. I'm kind of thinking I would like to break that down into boulders and run them off down the hill or something. That's what I think should be done with that. Yeah, ever welcoming I am. I hope I've got rights over this on this character. seem to have brought my horse in with me. So this is the floor I kind of like. Maybe I like the lava even more. Right, I've got to try and figure out where. Oh, no, it's not that one. It's that one, isn't it? I've got to figure out where. Floor color, floor surface. Ouch, 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 ouch. I think maybe that belongs in the other yeah, the walls are a bit bare. I've got all the cartographer deed maps. And then maybe I should go for a sort of a nice wooden floor. Get some green oak from somewhere. It's my teleport room here. I wonder if the pesky dormouse is going to come out and play. Yeah, most of my houses are filled with pretty old stuff. Haven't been one for housing items recently. Did I not see the mouse? Where's the mouse? Anyway, let's go back to the Allegiance Hall. Put these couple of items in the back. Oh, there's the mouse. There's the mouse. Just so I don't know whether you guys can hear it, but it's just finished. Sometimes, I don't know whether you have the same problem, is I get two area musics on at the same time, and it just happened that the music from the house carried on a bit longer than I thought it would have done. Browse the shop. I have kinmates on, yay. Right. Well, disappointing. 18 boxes, no cyan gear. What I need to do, I guess, as well, is have a look at that new Barter NPC for the 18 light gear to see what options there are for jewellery. I may not have looked, or they may not be there, I don't know. but I can certainly do that now. And after these last 6 boxes of opening, I shall probably end and go and look at the Lotro stream of Chord of the Rings. I did catch the end of live. I posed a question that got ignored. But when I arrived, I think I got the tail of a conversation about, oh, poor Cordovan. He needs a thick skin these days, doesn't he? And he does his normal, oh, it's no worry, you get used to it if you have to face it all the time. No problem. I think has a horrible time with the pressure, but I can only blame him for taking it on, personally. Right, I'm going to look at the NPC over here and see what the other options are other than, I think it might be cosmetics rare. These are rare? These aren't rare. These are coming out of loot boxes all the time. Yeah, I'm not interested in them. Ah, yes, incomparable, yes, of course. I'm sure I've got a diamondback snake on something from a loot box already. There's the lava floor, which I've already got. There is no point in wasting your money on these. If you've got to open 1,000 loot boxes to get the things you want, these things are going to be all over the place. So there's no jewellery. Is that right? Oh, right. I need to go and report harassment. Your support request number for your submission is 4090015. Harassment report, harassment report. Harassment report, harassment report, harassment report, harassment report, harassment report, harassment report. So many harassment reports. You'd think something would happen. There are 1 or 2 things in there that aren't harassment. I wonder if I could do this by year. So these are all 2017. Oh, so many of them. Oh, good grief. We're now into 2016, and look how far down we are. Right, let's see, where's the first harassment report? Someone's saying, ha ha ha. I think this was just somebody being rude. So let's go back down, see if we can pick a... Let's go down. So So this would be my first problem in 2012. Seeing as we only moved here from the European servers in 2011, well, it could be that that's the only time, it's the first time they've been actually logged and saved. So 2012, we haven't. So this is probably somebody selling Lotro. So mid 2016, January, February, March, April the 16th, 2016 was the first one for selling Lotro stuff. I wouldn't know if the prices have changed. So something that they did in 2016, April 2016, because that's long after Elms Deep. What was it that brought them back? I'll tell you one thing, it could have been the change in functionality of to be able to do this. Maybe this only came in April 2016. But there's an awful lot of them. Okie dokie, I'm guessing I need to open some boxes. I think let's just do this. Wait. Ka-ching. This is where you get your jewellery. Bang. No. I do have the option of sending that to my burglar. But he's actually, I think he's probably reasonably equipped for light. He could always ash. I do wonder if, as soon as you get a cyan, purple, you should just stop and carry on with something else and not bother to do this. So it's a 339 item level, so it's better. Can I afford to lose finesse? Possibly, I'd rather not. So effectively it's boom, 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 boom. So, oh, that didn't work out. This is what I meant to do. So, oh no, I've got that all wrong again. 18 light I want to keep. I am nowhere near glass cannon build on this character. Although I haven't got my tactical mitigation gear on. So that's my physical mastery. I don't necessarily want to have that on. Finesse 53, 66. think I need to keep the finesse on. Crit rating 58. I'm just debating whether I need to decon the 14 light piece. No, I think I'll keep it for a while. Critical defense resistance. I think I just have to send these to my burglar. Evade crit defense. Yellow. Of course, that's not showing at all. I've got a few dies on my lowly cook. I'm going to send these to Bingo Boffin's neighbour Merrimack. Yeah, if you've got anything you don't want in game, just send it to Bingo Boffin's neighbour Merrimack. It works in the mail, so you just try it. Anything you like. Money, gold, cyan gear, essence, just send it to Bingo Boffin's neighbour. So that's up to my light a little bit to 216. There's no telling how many boxes I've got to open to get a full set of gear. Who knows? Be nice to know how much chance I've got to open something I want or get something I want. It'd be nice to know if there was a gold signet in there in the loot box rather than silver. Trade in. Did I choose the wrong one? Can I not do it? Empowered Shadowed Essence of Tactical Mastery. Can I not trade Empowered Shadow Essence of Tactical Mastery? I can if I choose the right thing. I don't know what I chose instead. What's this one? Oh, bugger. Excuse my French. So opening up 24 boxes has currency capped me. I didn't think I would do that. Well, I'm quite pleased that I started off at 5,000 and 24 boxes have capped me. The question is, when did I miss that? It's a good job I didn't try and so what was the last thing I got? So that was okay, that was okay. Then I got an Essence of Tactical. And from the looks of it, this is the trade-in, and the last thing I got when opening was the Tactical Essence, Tactical Mastery, and I got 228 ash. So that would have been 240 perhaps. Some currency was lost due to reaching the currency cap. It's a hefty amount, but if it was... currency was lost. How much currency? Because might that have been a 700 or 1,000 ash going in, or a 400 or a 240? There's no telling, I guess. Be nice if there was more of a ding. Maybe there was a ding. Did I miss it? Maybe I'll review the video at 1 hour 12 maybe. So I need to go and buy something. Well, it's going to be leggings or chest, isn't it? Or both. Now, seeing as I got 4 characters that I'm trying to equip, my budget is 2,500. One item costs 1,750. But I think I can stretch to... well, I've got a chest on one of them anyway already, so that's that catered for. The difficulty is where do you get jewellery? Do you have to continue opening boxes to get jewellery? Do you have to go into the raid to get the jewellery? Do you go into Court of Gorgoroth and their brands to get jewellery? Am I missing an NPC? SSG missing an NPC. It looks very much like my game. Oh, it does want to load. Oh, well, that was weird. Are there a lot of people in the game today? Let's buy something. Or should I look around for another NPC? I won't be buying Beyonding Armor. Medium agility. This is bind to account on acquire. I wonder if parry. Not overly keen on parry. Hang on, have I got... there is no helm here, is there? Helm is a recipe. So at some stage I've got to get rid of this 10 light and get a 14. Maybe that should be my priority. It'd be interesting to see when I barter for one of these. That looks like a whole lot better. Bada bing. Evade critical defense. Disappointing options for the 2 leggings. Both having a large rack of critical defense. And my current ones have critical rating. I guess I'd be happy enough with critical defense over fate. So I have spent 3,500. Which equates to that, doesn't it? So it didn't give me back what I went over, so I did actually lose. I shall have to think another time on what to do with these pieces and what to slot in there. One of the difficulties of switching out the 10 light gear is that the essence that's in there at the moment is pretty worthless to me, because I can't upgrade it like I can with the new ones. And it's a kind of, I've bought stuff for my DPS, and the 2 bits I'm going to be keeping for my defensive build are going to be 16 light less, effectively, overall. Just checking that I am fully essenced up on all my gear. Haven't got any gaps, because I did. So I put 2 empowered abyssals on there, and on there, and on there. These I didn't do because essence removal scrolls, I'd rather use 1 scroll to take 2 essence out rather than 1. So those are still using the old empowered shadow. This needs to be thrown away and gotten rid of smartish. I don't reckon on my chances of getting the crafting piece to make a new 18 helm, so I should think I should be looking for a 14 helm. Which one is it? Is it the Vanguard, the medium? 420. I don't know if to get that yet, though. No, I've been greedy. 3,500 is more than my allocation. Well, for another time, I shall sort those out. Lots of empty gear. It's not looking good. But I shall put those up there, out the way. Oh, these empty too. They are. The trouble is, I would normally slot sort of the lesser tier 10 essence in some switch gear, but now those lesser essence have some value in making the much better essences. So I'm in a bit of a quandary now. But I'll think I've wasted so much of your time. I hope if you haven't checked out the new essences and opened some boxes, may have given you a clue, a bit more info to go on before you do the same. Or you can tell me what you managed to get out of it all, and I'll be upset if it's better than what I got. Lock. Oh, bad move not doing that immediately. Well, I'll come back later to that lot. That's my harassment report. Yeah, sometime I should just check a patch note around April, May time, see if there was a change to functionality of the report harassment. Anyway, I hope that was instructive. Goodbye.